Happy July, everybody. Happy July 2012. Dr. Peter Glidden, breaking news. It's Medical Madness Monday. Man, oh man, do these knuckleheads make my job easy. GlaxoSmithKline to pay $3 billion with a B, a $3 billion fine for a health fraud, for defrauding the American public for the last who knows how many years. They are fined $3 billion, and that is not a small chunk of change. They pled guilty to promoting two popular drugs for unapproved use and failing to disclose important safety information. I'm looking to see if I can get the name of the drugs here. I think they withheld them. I'm not exactly sure here. All right, here we go. Prosecutors said GlaxoSmithKline illegally promoted Paxil for treating depression in children from April 1988 to August 2003, even though the FDA never approved it for anyone under the age of 18. The corporation also promoted the drug Wellbutrin from January 1999 to December 2003 for weight loss, sexual dysfunction, substance addiction, and attention deficit hyperactivity disorder, although it was only approved for the treatment of major depressive disorders. This is a big deal, right? And this is the tip of the iceberg, ladies and gentlemen, because they're going to get fined billions of dollars. Thousands of people are going to suffer and even be killed by these treatments, and nobody goes to jail. And, you know, the American public just shrugs it off, laughs it off. Oh, ho, ho, ho. Those drug companies, oh, really, they really meant well. They really meant well. They didn't really mean to harm us. Maybe they didn't, but, you know, you got harmed. And these companies are too big to fail, just like the banks. When the banking industry went south because of bad banking policies, because of gambling with your money, because of risks that they took, we bailed them out. We kept them from failing. Oh, well, wouldn't you love that option? Wouldn't you like to, you know, gamble your life savings on starting up a new business, and if it fails because of your incompetence, the government writes you a check? That'd be great, wouldn't it? Well, that's what they do with the pharmaceutical industry. That's what they're doing right now. And last week, President Obama's health care plan was approved as constitutionally correct by the United States Supreme Court in a gigantic blow against health freedom. And here's what I mean by that. Because these companies, excuse me for a second, I've got a technical difficulty here. Because these companies, one more time. Oh, it must be Monday, ladies and gentlemen. Because these companies are so big, because they represent billions of dollars of revenue, they have massive amounts of power. And because they have massive amounts of power, when they screw up, nothing happens to them. They're fined, their wrists are slapped, but nobody goes to jail. Imagine for a moment what would happen if one naturopathic doctor, one chiropractor, one osteopath were to give one patient one treatment and it killed them, or they got some type of side effect from it, right? It'd be front page news. As a matter of fact, in the Chicago Tribune yesterday, Sunday, July 1st, it's not front page news, but it's front page news in section, looking for the section, I can't see it, it's the health section. Front page of the health section, big letters, FDA, dietary supplement industry, downright scary. Violations discovered at half the firms, unsanitary factories, tainted products. Be scared. Be very scared of those vitamins. You know how many people died from taking vitamins last year? 0. You know how many people died because they visited an MD? 780,000. You know how many people died from heart disease? 700,000. You know how many people died from cancer? 550,000. This means your MD, in coalition with the insurance companies and the pharmaceutical companies, are the leading cause of death in the United States. And yet we're scared about vitamins? You've got to be kidding me. We're inside out, upside down, backwards. We're a puzzle stuck inside of a maze, stuck inside of a paradigm, stuck inside of a two-way mirror, stuck inside a hole in the ground at the bottom of a well, at the bottom of a ditch, on an isolated, deserted planet in some far reaches of the galaxy. We are completely clueless here about what's healthy, what's not healthy, who to give our money to, who not to give our money to, who to throw into jail, and who to lift high on a pedestal. We've got it completely backwards. My advice, ladies and gentlemen, when it comes to a chronic illness, anything outside of your bleeding to death or trauma to your physical body, do exactly the opposite of what your MD tells you to do. And so what's going to happen now? The Obama, now that the Supreme Court okayed this law that President Obama is sponsoring, it is going to, in 2 years, it is going to be mandatory for everybody in this country to buy health insurance. It's going to be mandatory. If you don't buy health insurance, you will be fined. Oh, the insurance companies are jumping for joy. Wouldn't you love it if you had a business and the government made it mandatory for everybody in the country to use your business? Wouldn't you love that? Yeah, I would. And furthermore, the drug companies are jumping for joy. The hospitals are jumping for joy. Everybody's jumping for joy because what this law allows, or what this law provides for, is it is making it mandatory for everybody in the United States to buy health insurance, which gives them access to a system of medicine that is the leading cause of death in the United States, and that is the cause of Alzheimer's disease, the cause of autism, the cause of obesity, the cause of high blood pressure, the cause of arthritis, the cause of osteoporosis, the cause of anxiety and panic attacks, the cause of cystic fibrosis, the cause of muscular dystrophy, the cause of anxiety and depression, the cause of attention deficit disorder, the cause of attention deficit hyperactive disorder, the cause of bad teeth, bad hearing, bad skin, bad joints, bad dog, no biscuit. We eliminated in the animal kingdom over 900 diseases 30 years ago, 30 plus years ago. It was longer than that. This is why bacon and eggs doesn't cost $1 million a pound, right? This is why you can get steak at an affordable price. Because the people growing the sheep and the cows and the chickens and the pigs don't have astronomical veterinarian bills because their cows, sheep, chicken, and pigs don't get arthritis, type 2 diabetes, high blood pressure, anxiety, and panic attacks. The cows don't get cleft foot, cleft lip. The cows don't have a problem getting pregnant. The calves that are born do not have birth defects. They don't have autism. They don't have Down syndrome. They don't have cystic fibrosis. They don't get heart disease. They don't need hip replacements. They're 400 pounds. Their hips are fine. More than that, actually. Cows are huge animals, especially bulls. I don't know if you've ever been on a farm, but they are big animals, man. They don't have joint problems. They have 5 times the bony mass that you do. Why don't they have joint problems? Because we figured out, the veterinarian community figured out after Dr. Wallach's research, $25 million of federally funded research, by the way, over 30 years ago, what that animal needs to ingest every day in order to have a healthy bones and joints, healthy heart, healthy skin, healthy muscles, healthy kidneys, healthy liver, healthy reproductive tracts, healthy lungs. We eliminated 900 diseases in the animal kingdom. The animals don't have insurance, right? They don't have health insurance, so, you know, we can't take them to the hospital, take them to the vet, and run the bill up like they can here. These illnesses had to be nipped in the bud, and we did it with animals, but what, we can't do it with humans? Well, we can, but the MDs can't. If it is an effective treatment for an animal, it is an effective treatment for a human because nutrient deficiency diseases cross species lines. It doesn't matter if you're a bat, a buffalo, a boa constrictor, a bumblebee, or a human being. If your body runs out of calcium, if it runs out of magnesium, if it runs out of vitamin C, if it runs out of vitamin B, if it runs out of one of the amino acids, if it runs out of an essential fatty acid, it's only a matter of time until something breaks. And your MD does not know this. Your MD is not trained in this. Your MD is clueless about this, which means, ironically, it is impossible for your MD to help you recover your health. They cannot do it. It's impossible. They cannot do it. MDs do not practice health care. They practice disease management. And now, it's going to be mandatory for us in the United States in 2 years to get health insurance that gives us access to all of their pathetic, incompetent, dangerous nonsense. It's 2012 after all, ladies and gentlemen. I guess that means this really is the beginning of the end. Take my advice. Fire your MD now. Cancel your comprehensive medical insurance, buy catastrophic insurance instead, and tune into this radio station where we will lift you into the wonderful world of health. GlaxoSmithKline's sales force-bribed physicians to prescribe GlaxoSmithKline products using every imaginable form of high-priced entertainment, from Hawaiian vacations to paying doctors millions of dollars to go on speaking tours to a European pheasant hunt to tickets to a Madonna concert. And this is just to name a few, says Carmen Ortiz, a U.S. attorney in Massachusetts. Of the penalties, $1 billion covers criminal fines and forfeitures, and $2 billion is for civil settlements with the federal government and the state governments of Massachusetts and Colorado. This is just unbelievable, folks, right? But we give them a pass. You're not going to do anything with your health insurance when you see this nonsense go on. And then when you read an article in the newspaper on the front page of the health section that says, oh, the FDA doesn't regulate the vitamin companies well enough as a scare tactic, you will automatically be hesitant to undertake to purchase vitamin and nutritional supplements. But when GlaxoSmithKline pays billions of dollars in penalties because of wrongdoing with prescription medication, we don't bat an eyelash. We don't change anything that we do. We don't question our doctor. We go, oh, we love our doctors. We love them. For goodness sake, we have Stockholm Syndrome. We do. We have Stockholm Syndrome. We have all fallen in love with the people who are our captors, our kidnappers, our oppressors. You know, we rattle our bottles of prescription medication to celebrate our health. We rattle our federal income tax returns to celebrate our financial integrity. I mean, it's unbelievable. Up is down, black is white, constant war is peace, constant surveillance is liberty. What next? Well, I'm going to tell you what's next. Just listen to Alex Jones. He's going to tell you what's next. And it ain't pretty, ladies and gentlemen. But, we can only do so much. We don't have enough money to battle the pharmaceutical industries. We don't have enough money to battle the insurance companies. We don't have enough media stock in order to put our message on primetime TV. We don't, and we never will. So rather than even bothering about the front door, we're going to go through the back door. So we are building a gigantic grassroots coalition of the informed. People who take up our standard of health recovery through science-based, clinically verified medical nutrition and tell their friends and family and church members about it, because remember, healing is easy. I was just in Charlotte, North Carolina last week. Charlotte, North Carolina gave a lecture to about 300 people, and it was a moving, stirring event. We had one gentleman, first name William, in a wheelchair from a car accident. First of all, the doctors told him he wasn't going to live through the night. Then they told him he wasn't going to live through the second night. And then when he did, they told him he'd never walk again. He'd be in a wheelchair for the rest of his life. Well, 1 year ago, he started taking our nutritional supplements, Longevity's nutritional supplements, and changed his diet. And I saw that young man get up out of a wheelchair and walk, and I saw that happen Friday and Saturday. There was another woman, Michelle. She was a truck driver. She had thyroid cancer. She'd had 3 operations, massive operations on her neck for thyroid cancer. They wanted to do a 4th. She said, I don't think so. She said, you're fired. You know why? Healing is easy. She started the nutritional supplements and the health recovery protocol, and 6 months later, the cancer's gone. 6 months later, the cancer's gone. Oh, and by the way, she lost 35 pounds without even trying. And now she's got a big sign on the side of her car that says, healing is easy, and she's driving all over Charlotte, showing people the light, dragging people into the light. What you don't know when it comes to life, the stuff that you didn't know, you didn't even know, that's the stuff that's going to kill you. That's the stuff that's going to hurt you. We need to reboot our minds. We need to reboot the way that we think about things. We need to throw out the old information. The doorsteps to the temple of wisdom is the knowledge of our ignorance. Ben Franklin said that. Let me read that one more time. This comes from Nick Rasoy in El Salvador. The doorsteps to the temple of wisdom is the knowledge of our ignorance, which means you have to understand that what you're doing is futile. You need to stop doing it, and you need to look for a different way. And there is a different way. There is a better way. There is a science-based, clinically verified way that you can start right now to recover your health. Bada bing, bada boom, I am back. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm Dr. Peter Glidden, your friendly neighborhood naturopathic physician. Give us a call, 866-582-9933, 866-582-9933. That's toll-free in the U.S., 866-582-9933. Check me out 24/7, fireyourmdnow.com. Now, as you may know, I give health webinars. I do 2 webinars a week. One is an introduction to the Longevity Company to show people what the Longevity Company is up to, see if it's something they would like to get involved with. And the second thing that I do is health webinars. The health webinars are usually on Wednesday nights, but tonight we're doing a health webinar on Candida. Candida, the old friend Candida. Normally it's a Wednesday night webinar, but this Wednesday is the 4th of July, and normally the webinars are subscription-based. You have to pay to see them. A nominal fee to be sure, a better fee than medical insurance to be surer. But tonight's Candida webinar is free of charge. So if you'd like to get a sense of what we do here, what I am up to, the type of information you can expect to get from working with Dr. Glidden, check it out. Go to fireyourmdnow.com. There's a link right there on the front page. The webinar starts tonight at 8 o'clock Central, goes for about 45 minutes, and then we have 15 minutes of Q&A. It's a lot of fun. You're going to see people from all over the world on this webinar. We've got people from Australia, people from South Korea. We've got people from Hawaii, people from all over the United States. It's a wonderful family of folks, people from Trinidad, right? All over the world. A wonderful family of health-conscious people who are doing their very best to support and promote not only their health, but the health of their communities. So check it out tonight. It's a once-in-a-lifetime deal. It's free. It's 8 o'clock Central Time, 9 o'clock East Coast Time, 6 o'clock Pacific Time, and 7 o'clock Mountain Time. The information is right there on the front page at fireyourmdnow.com. I know I've been promising it all day. We are going to the phones right now. And if Al is still here, he has a question about an alternate product to the Ultra Body Toddy. Al, thanks for calling. You're live with Dr. Glidden.
Yes, Dr. Glidden. I had called last week on my 4-week callback on my headache stuff, and you had me to increase the Cal-Toddy, double it 2 ounces 3 times a day there.
What happened?
Well, Tuesday, I called a week ago today. Tuesday was the first day since October 17th of 2010 that I didn't have a headache.
Oh, man, I love my job. So that's like a year and a half, right?
Yeah. I just, on the October 13th of 2010, I'd had major neck surgery where they replaced C6, C7.
Yeah.
And they said, well, can't guarantee it'll get rid of your headaches, but it probably will. Well, it didn't.
Yeah.
That weekend I didn't have any headaches, and then that Monday I'd had a headache ever since last week. So every day.
You gotta love that. And since Tuesday, they've been gone?
No, I've had them come back, but not as intense, so I don't have to take the medicine as my pain medicine, which is great. I just soon get off that.
All right, Al, so here's the deal, right? As Sherlock Holmes would say, the game is afoot. And the way that healing goes with medical nutrition is it's like a big old jumbo jet on the runway getting ready to take off. First, it moves really, really, really slow, and then a little faster, a little faster, a little faster, still on the runway, a little faster, still on the runway, still on the runway, still on the runway, still on the runway, still on the runway. Then the nose picks up off the ground, but the body of the plane still on the runway. And then, all of a sudden, boom, bang! In 10 seconds, that sucker is 1,000 feet in the air, just like that. That's how it's going to go for you. That's how it goes with everybody except children. Children respond to this stuff quickly. But with you, you should expect, there's there's a lag time in the beginning where all this stuff is assimilating into your body, but then the nose of your plane is lifted off the ground, man. It's just a matter of time, Al, until you're in the stratosphere here. So the most important thing for you to realize, and which I'm sure that you do, is maintain the diet, maintain the vitamin discipline, and this is all going to roll around for you nicely.
Well, the Ultra Body Toddy, though, I'm taking like 1 ounce and 10 to 11 ounces of water twice a day. I've even halved it, but within about 15 to 20 minutes of taking it, my stomach starts churning. And with about another 20 minutes, I have diarrhea for the next hour. Yeah,
that's the son of a gun. How do you like the taste of that?
I didn't mind it at first. It almost tastes like an Orange Julius at first, but because I was mixing it with orange juice, but then I started mixing it with water and that, so that's okay. I like the Cal Toddy actually better than the...
Yeah, well, they do two different things, right? Now, I couldn't agree with you more. The Cal Toddy is much tastier, and if you put the Cal Toddy in orange juice, it tastes like a creamsicle, right? And here's a switch for you. Do the Cal Toddy in orange juice and get one of those popsicle molds from the grocery store and freeze it and eat it like a popsicle. You can do that, and it tastes great. It tastes exactly like a creamsicle if you do that. And if you're a parent listening and your child doesn't want to take the calcium supplement, freeze it into a popsicle. They're going to love it. But so tell me, Al, what was the dilution? How were you taking the Ultra Body Toddy and it was giving you an upset stomach? What was the dilution?
I was taking 1 ounce and 10 to 11 ounces of water twice a day.
Son of a gun. And how long were you taking to drink that down?
Oh, anywhere from 45 minutes to an hour.
Son of a gun. That is just not right. Okay, so what that means, Al, is that your intestinal tract has been damaged a lot. I don't want to put the fear of God into you, and I'm not saying that you're going to get stomach cancer or anything like that. But if you go to fireyourmdnow.com and you watch the video Against the Grain, it's free. It's right there on the front page. It's about 16 minutes long. Against the Grain. That explains the physiology of your digestive tract. And it's the small intestine that absorbs nutrients. And if the small intestine doesn't absorb nutrients efficiently, the nutrients pass through the small intestine and dump into the colon or the large intestine where there ought to be any nutrients at all. So when you get a little bit of vitamin C or a little bit of vitamin D or a little bit of something in the vitamin kingdom in your colon or large intestine, it excites diarrhea, gas, or constipation. So this experience of yours means that even at this extremely dilute dose, and this is an extremely dilute dose, man, it's passing through, and you're taking an hour to drink it, which is exactly what you should be doing, but it's still slipping through, unabsorbed, and there's only one thing that can cause that, and that is a history of wheat, barley, rye, and oats, okay? So there is a workaround for that. There's two things you can try. Since you already have the Ultra Body Toddy, and this is a pain in the neck, man, no pun intended. This is a pain to do this. But you might as well give it a try before we switch it out to a different product. I want you to do half an ounce of the Ultra Body Toddy in 16 ounces of water and about 2 or 3, 4 ounces of orange juice. So I want you to take 20 ounces total, water and orange juice, and a half an ounce of the Ultra Body Toddy. And if you do it that way, you're going to need to do that 1, 2, 3, 4 times a day, all right? And take an hour to drink it down each time. So basically, I want you to take half as much Ultra Body Toddy as you're taking now, and I want you to put a little bit of orange juice into the 16 ounces of water. I want you to take a half a dose, a half an ounce in 20 ounces of liquids. Take an hour to drink it and see if that fixes it. Now, if that does not fix the problem, you have to just stop that product, and we got to fall back to our next reasonable facsimile, and you've got two choices. You can take the Liquid Tropical Plus, or you can take a brand new product at Youngevity. Well, this is a reiteration, a new iteration of an old product that Youngevity has. It's called the Anti-Aging Daily Pack. I don't want you to confuse that with the Anti-Aging Healthy Start Pack. It's not that. This is called the Anti-Aging Daily Premium Pack, the Anti-Aging Daily Premium Pack. That's all vitamins and hard-pressed tablets. Those you will not have this problem with, because those take longer to pass through the intestinal tract, and it is the rare individual that those supplements give a problem to. So if the extra dilution of the Ultra Body Toddy doesn't cut the mustard for you, switch it out to the Anti-Aging Daily Premium Pack, and you need one of those per 100 pounds of body weight per month. So what you would need in order to skin this cat is you would need the liquid calcium, the Cal Toddy, the selenium, the glucogel, and the Anti-Aging Daily Premium Pack. So really, you're just going to need to switch out one thing here, and life is good. So give that a try. Al, you're on the right. Thank you for trusting me, number one. Thank you for following up with me, number two. And just stay the course here, man, because it is only a matter of time until this rolls all around for you. And give me a call when you resolve this, because I keep notes, and I want to know what products it was that worked for you, because if it works for you, it's going to work for somebody else, and we're all in this together, right? So thanks for calling. I appreciate that's all for Al. Thank you so much. We got 2.5 minutes here. Billy is on the phone with a question about steroids. Billy, you're live with Dr. Glidden. Thanks for the call.
Hey, Dr. Glidden, my wife wanted me to ask you this question on her behalf, because she's currently stationed in the Middle East right now, and she's doing basically the same tangerine, the EFAs, and she can't do the calcium because she doesn't have refrigeration over there, obviously.
No.
So all of a sudden, she said last night, her hands and her feet got in the spots. She went and saw the medic today, and they told her that it was because of stress and wanted to give her some kind of steroid. So I was wondering if there's some natural means that...
Well, the only thing that she can do, and, stress, that's just a stupid assessment. I mean, stress causes everything, except the sun coming up in the east and going down in the west. But, you could make the argument, I could make the argument that stress is one of the root causes of everything. So that's just silly. Now, if the body's under a lot of stress, like people in the military are on the front lines in an active war zone, right, that's stressful, whether somebody's shooting at you or not. It's just a stressful environment. When you are under a high stress, your body burns through nutrients faster than it does if you're kicking back in Cancun, right? So the problem that she had was what was going on with her hands?
She said there's spots all over her hands and her feet and her arms, and they wanted to give her a steroid. They said they had stress, and here, take this steroid. And
all right, so she wants to increase her consumption of selenium, the ultimate selenium. I would have her take 12 a day, and she needs to knock out 100% the consumption of anything that has oil in it and zero tolerance for fried food. no fried food, no oil, and increase the selenium. And I'd give her 12 a day. 4 with breakfast, 4 with lunch, and 4 with dinner. And if they have it over there, have her be drinking orange juice that's fortified with calcium. Now, Youngevity is promising to come out with the liquid calcium in a freeze-dried powder in little packets that you can just add water to. I'm waiting for that. Everybody's waiting for that. But outside of that, we don't have any reasonable facsimiles for calcium except the liquid, and it's too bad. But in this case of funny skin spots, I would go with no fried food, no oil, and increase the ultimate selenium. Welcome back. We're making a difference here, ladies and gentlemen. You kidding me? Headaches for a year and a half, and boom. You know, they're resolving after a couple of weeks of nutritional supplementation. The lame shall walk. Kid's in a wheelchair for a year. He gets up and walks after being on the nutritional supplements. Thyroid cancer disappears. Type 2 diabetes disappears. High blood pressure disappears. Fibromyalgia disappears. Stay tuned. If you come to a live Youngevity event anywhere in the United States, just go to Youngevity.com and check it out. They've got meeting locators right there. You're going to be amazed at what you see. We're not making this up. This is good, old, new-fashioned medical nutrition. Nobody knows this except a handful of licensed physicians in the world. The pharmaceutical industry certainly does not want you to know this. The insurance companies would rather you did not know this. Hospitals certainly don't want you to know this. And the MDs are clueless because the MDs are clueless. That's just how they are. They're arrogant, filled with hubris, unapologetic, killers, unless they work in the emergency room. And then, according to Harvard University, 51% of emergency room medical doctors are addicted to street drugs, alcohol, or prescription medication. And I'm the quack. GlaxoSmithKline sued for all of this nonsense because they're selling snake oil. And yet we have the audacity to question or be afraid of vitamins and minerals? Who's driving the bus here? Snap out of it. Swallow the red pill. Pop out of the matrix. Cancel your medical insurance. Fire your MD. Listen to this show. Check out the webinars. Lift yourself up into health because you can. Healing is easy. And when you check out the webinar tonight, you're going to enter the webinar room. You click on the link on my website. You enter the webinar room. It's going to give you the choice to enter as a guest. Click on the link to enter as a guest. And then write down your first name, and after that, put Alex Jones. So I know that you came to the webinar from the Alex Jones Network. All right, I like to keep track of this. That's fireyourmdnow.com. Tonight's webinar, free. It's the one-time offer, free tonight. It's about Candida. Check it out at fireyourmdnow.com. We've got time for one last phone call. Oscar calling about nerve damage. Oscar, you're live with Dr. Glidden. Thanks for the call.
Yeah, hey, Dr. Glidden. I had Hodgkin's disease back in the 90s, and I had radiation to my mantle, and on my back and chest, I have like a permanent sunburn.
Yeah.
And it's, obviously very difficult to live with.
Yeah.
But I was wondering if you had anything that could cure that.
Well, we can't use the cure word because the FDA doesn't allow us, but I get where you're coming from, all right? But we don't need to use it in any event because it's nonsense. We don't cure anything. What we do, and this is an important distinction to understand, man. I mean, and it really is, and thank you for the call, right? What we do, folks, is we provide therapeutics that support and promote the ability of your body to fix itself. It's not Dr. Glidden that's doing the curing. It's not the vitamins that are doing the curing. It's God. It's your body. It's your body's built-in ability to fix itself. Your body digests its food all by itself. Your body regenerates tissue all by itself. Your body grew itself all by itself from a single-celled organism. Pretty great. So what we do is in this case, in Oscar's case, the skin's been compromised. So what do? We provide the fundamental baseline nutrition plus extra skin support. Kind of a no-brainer, right? This is why healing is easy. So, Oscar, here's the deal. What I would recommend for you is one anti-aging healthy start pack per 100 pounds of body weight per month. One anti-aging healthy start pack per 100 pounds of body weight per month. And two bottles of glucogel capsules at the 240 count. 2 bottles of glucogel capsules at the 240 count. And 4 bottles of selenium. Actually, I'm going to make that 3 bottles of selenium, ultimate selenium, and 1 extra bottle of EFA plus. That's 1 bottle of EFA plus, 3 bottles of ultimate selenium, 2 bottles of the glucogel at the 240 count, and 1 anti-aging healthy start pack per 100 pounds of body weight per month. Do that for 6 months. And also follow the good food, bad food diet that's right there for free, baby, on the front page of fireyourmdnow.com. If it's listed as a bad food and there's 10 of them, don't even look at those foods. Stop those foods. Take your nutritional supplements. Live long. Join our team for $10 and prosper. I'm Dr. Peter Glidden, wishing you a healthy, happy, wealthy life. Join us tonight for the webinar, 8 p.m. Central. I'll see you tomorrow.